With the Christmas holiday pouring kerosene on a COVID fire already blazing, some of the nation's biggest school districts are getting aggressive about protecting students starting in the new year. With New York City leading the charge, ending full classroom quarantines on January 3rd and ramping up at-home testing.
Two clear messages we're saying loud and clear. Your children are safer in school. The numbers speak for themselves.
The plan in New York City includes funneling some 2 million testing kits to schools, 2 per student when a classmate is infected. School districts in Chicago to San Diego also passing out those hard-to-find tests in hopes of keeping more kids in the classroom. Testing a critical component, as more than 80% of 5 to 11-year-olds have yet to get vaccinated.
I believe kids need to develop immunities to the flu, to COVID, to different variants. I'm vaccinated, but I'm just not comfortable vaccinating my child.
Childhood infections now soaring, up 50% since the first week of December. Despite cases increasing nationwide, officials adjusting guidelines for those infected. The CDC says if no symptoms persist 5 days after testing positive, the person no longer needs to quarantine, but should still wear a mask for 5 additional days in public spaces.
As you have more and more symptoms, you actually shed less and less virus. So if you're asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms, you probably are shedding a trivial amount of virus, if at all, at that point.
Despite Omicron symptoms appearing milder than Delta's, beleaguered frontline and healthcare workers are still getting hit particularly hard.
Do you have the staff to handle this surge?
Not at this time, because unlike before, our staff was not as easily infected like now. We have more staff now that is being infected.
Alex Zaharsky is the nurse manager at Jackson Memorial's medical ICU, where the healthcare system has witnessed a massive jump in cases.
In 1 week, you've seen a 150% increase in COVID patients.
That's correct.
Does that make you nervous?
Very much so, because the numbers have been rapidly increasing and have exponential increase.
That infection spreading in ways affecting all aspects of life, including on sports' biggest stages. Monday, the NFL recording a single-day record of 106 COVID infections and now mandating boosters for the media ahead of the playoffs and Super Bowl. And this week's college bowl games jeopardized on a daily basis. Late tonight, the UCLA Bruins pulling out of the Holiday Bowl just hours before kickoff.
Everyone adjusting in real time, and Sam Brock joins us live from the site of the Orange Bowl. So, Sam, how are teams approaching this Friday's game?
Kristen, with great caution, because that semifinal game is here in Miami in 3 days. The Michigan and Georgia players say they're wearing their masks indoors. They're spending only time really with their teammates, because if one of these teams has to forfeit, or I should say, if one of these teams gets a COVID outbreak, they will have to forfeit, with the national championship on the line, Kristen.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.